Hello, buddy, this is Sajab here, and no, this is not what you might think. This is not a comic off video or a ranked episode, because those are the two real series that I regularly do. And no, it's not a comic streak happen review video, which I haven't done one in a while, but is actually probably my third most frequent series somehow. Um. In fact, this is an announcement video because I am about to announce to you guys two awesome new ideas that I have, two awesome new shows that I've come up with. They may have simple names, but I will get into it and explain it. I couldn't really think of any really cool names, but to me these are kind of cool in their own way. So I've come up with two new shows, like I've already said. One is going to have a comics theme to it, and one is going to have a wrestling theme to it. Now, just because I feel like the one I'm most into, the one I came up with the idea first, I'm going to talk about the more important one, or the one that I came up with the idea first. And I'm going to talk about the comic show first. So, basically, I'm going to this coming Wednesday, unless something comes up, and then maybe it'll be next Wednesday, but it should be this upcoming Wednesday. This Wednesday, there should be a new show starting, and this new show would be called That Comic Show. That's right, yeah, That Comic Show. That's what it's called. It's a lame name, kind of, but it's kind of cool in its own sense, just because, like, it's That Comic Show. But, like, okay, yes, so basically, what this show is gonna be, it's gonna be kind of podcast format, except I don't know how lengthy it's gonna be, because I can still only make 15-minute videos. So, I don't know. Maybe once I get my full, I'm gonna have to check my channel out again. But I think I can only make 15-minute long videos, but. I don't know. I do plan on starting it this Wednesday, but I may later decide like to wait until I get full control of my channel back, like, and I can make longer videos, and I might make it more of a podcast or type format where I make it like an hour or so, or make a really freaking long video. But basically, what we're gonna be doing on That Comic Show is I'm gonna be talking about comics and different topics of comics. Like, I'm gonna be doing lists and stuff. Like, for example, one of the first things I want to do is I want to say my top 10 favorite Marvel characters or DC characters, or maybe just in general my top 10 favorite superheroes. I don't know. Stuff like that is what I want to do. And I just want to talk about some of the series that I'm reading right now in the state of comics, and just a ton of things that I have that I could be talking about. And I do plan on starting this Wednesday. So since I can only make 15-minute long videos, I don't know if I'm only gonna do one part a week. By the way, this will be a weekly show. Both of these will be weekly shows, and I do want to do them weekly unless something comes up. Like, I plan on them being weekly. So make sure you do that. And yeah, this show will be on Wednesdays, because of course that is New Comic Book Day. So I don't really know. I don't know as of right now what topics I'm going to talk about for the first episode of That Comic Show. But it should be good for the first week, the first episode of That Comic Show. It'll probably be split into different parts, because I don't want to just make one part a week, but there might be times where I have to make one part a week. So there'll probably be like a 1.1, 1.2. It'll probably be numbered along a system like that, so you guys know what part of that episode it is. It's gonna be like a podcast for so I've seen people do this before, where they just split like a long thing into separate parts, and just label the part by topic of the video. But I'll probably naturally split it up, so I won't have to do any editing. Um, but yes, I'm really excited to do this. I have wanted to do a podcast sort of thing. I don't know what else to call it besides a podcast sort of thing for a while. I don't know what I'm gonna. I guess if I'm talking about certain stuff, certain series, I guess I'll just pull the certain series out. Like, maybe I'll talk about my take on the first couple issues of Batman for one of the episodes, which I'm not going to do because I only have 2 issues. What the fuck is the point of talking about the first 2 issues of a series? I need to do it more than that. Maybe maybe I'll do an episode about key issues. That's something I wanted to talk about for a long time, and maybe that'll happen on the first episode. I don't know. That will be something that happens. I just thought of that. Maybe I'll talk about comic collecting and comics worth in today's society. I don't know. There could be a ton of things, but we might come back to that comic show. But I want to get to the other show, which is that wrestling show. Boom! I've always wanted to make more wrestling videos. I don't make as many wrestling videos as I wanted to. I've been thinking about doing wrestling series for a while now, so I've decided on this. I thought of that comic show first, but then I was like, what else could I do that's kind of like this style? So I thought, why don't I do a wrestling show? Just name it that wrestling show. Get two shows, same kind of brand labeling on them with that, and then show that wrestling show, that comic show. Get the simplistic name, but one you remember and one that is great. So hopefully. So what I plan on doing with that wrestling show is kind of like the same thing. I'm just gonna be talking about topics of wrestling, but the one common theme that I will be talking about each week is the first part of the. Like I was saying before, I got rudely interrupted by the ads that pop up on my phone for some goddamn reason. Like I was saying, the common theme that will be on each weekly episode of that wrestling show. I'm gonna have to edit this together now. God damn it. But yes, the common theme that will be on weekly on the weekly episodes of that wrestling show. By the way, it will be every Thursday, just because that way I can squeeze any pay-per-views that's in. I can squeeze Raw, SmackDown, and NXT all in one. But the common theme, the first part, and actually it might take a couple parts. Like maybe I'll do like a pay-per-view. Maybe I'll do Raw and Smack to get together, and then like pay-per-view NXT, or I'll just fit like pay-per-view Raw and then SmackDown NXT. I might have to split it two parts. But the common theme, the first part or the first couple parts will always be titled This Week in Wrestling, and I'm going to talk about and review the shows from This Week in Wrestling. I'm going to do a recap and review sort of thing with the wrestling shows of the week, and I plan on starting at this week. So the first part this week, it'll be This Week in Wrestling. I'm going to talk about Hell in a Cell, Raw, which fits perfectly because I might just, if I can only fit those two together, it's perfect because Hell in a Cell is a Raw pay-per-view. So Hell in a Cell tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it, but if I can't, I plan on watching it hopefully tomorrow. Then I plan on watching Raw tomorrow, hopefully. Then SmackDown will fit in there, and since that comic show is Wednesday, I don't want to do both shows on the same day, so I'll do that do that wrestling show Thursday. Although I could do it Friday. No, I'll do it Thursday, because Thursday is like my least favorite day, just because it's kind of like nothing happens on a Thursday. So we'll do that wrestling show on Thursday to get me pumped for my Thursdays. And that way I can squeeze NXT in there, so I can have the three main shows plus the pay-per-view. And if there's no pay-per-view, it'll just be the three main shows, and I could probably fit all three in one part. Actually, you know what? This Week in Wrestling will only cover the three main shows. The first part of the first episode of that comic show will be a Hell in a Cell recap and review, and I'm just gonna talk plainly about Hell in a Cell because the pay-per-view deserves its own part. And then I don't know after that what I'm gonna talk about. I'm just gonna talk about a wrestling. Actually, I do. I don't know if it's gonna be right after that, or I might have another part before this, but I know the last part of the first episode is probably, unless I decide to change it, is gonna be me talking about the state of WWE today and what I think. Kind of like what I think since the brand split has happened, or what I think about WWE right now since the brand split has happened, or just generally what I think. And maybe even I might just talk about the wrestling world in general, because that's a crazy freaking thing. For this show, for that wrestling show, like that comic show, I'm also going to be doing some lists and stuff, like one which actually is probably going to be in the first episode, and if not, it'll definitely be in the second episode, which would be next week's episode. Well, not this upcoming weeks, but next week, which would be episode 2, is going to be my 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. Maybe even 10 greatest, because greatest and favorite are two different things. Favorite are my personal favorite, like who I enjoy and who I love the most. And then greatest is like who I think has contributed the most, slash like is the best, kind of like just in general, like in terms of the wrestling world, is the best. I don't know. We'll see. The first list I'm gonna do for that wrestling show is gonna be my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. I will definitely I'm gonna be writing these lists down and stuff because I actually have to figure this out myself because I don't really it's hard to pick favorites, you know. So I'm just gonna have to do it. I know like my top five, and then it gets hard. I know my top five, I think, of all time, or at least I know 4 to 5 of my top five. Then after that, it gets kind of hard because, like, where do I place people? Because I got so many people I want on this list, but there's not enough room. So there also will be honorable mentions probably because I can't not say some people in the video. Like, I just have to respect some people. I can't give examples because that'd be a spoiler towards that video. But I don't know really what else to say. I just was excited and wanted to get this video out today announcing these two shows that will hopefully be starting this week unless something happens. But hopefully, excuse me, I've been sick for over a week now. But hopefully, if everything goes, if something might happen, I might have to delay some both of these shows. But I might somehow there might one of them should hopefully start this week. I feel like that wrestling show is more likely to start this week than that comic show just because that comic show I feel like I want more time to speak where I feel like if I had to or if I wanted to I could probably easily fit wrestling into a more time constrained video, which I feel like I just can't do with comics. Maybe because I'm so passionate about both wrestling and comics, but I tend to get wrestling talk out of the way quicker, just because especially for the topics I'll be talking about. At least that for the first couple parts, I'm reviewing and talking about what happened, and I can easily do that. Like I can't wait for Hell in a Cell tonight. It should be great. Like I'm just gonna be doing that, and actually for that wrestling show, I will also be doing prediction videos. But I can't do a predictions video for Hell in a Cell because it's just too late. And that wrestling show is not gonna be a Sunday show. It's gonna be on Thursdays because Thursdays like I already said why it's going to be just because Thursday's my least favorite day. That'll give me something to do on Thursdays. That'll get me pumped. Of course, as my schedule becomes more busy, because right now I'm not the busiest person, but I that's because as of right now I'm not employed right now. But once I get employed, I will be more busy. So these weekly these weekly episodic shows may have to change around my schedule or maybe might miss some weeks. So there's also that. But in general, I'm really excited for these shows, and I might have to explain some more what on the first episode of either show or on both shows. So yes, there's that. But either way, like I've been saying, I can't wait. I hope you guys like these ideas and can't wait for these shows too. Give these shows a try. Just give me a chance. Is what I'm asking. Like I want to make these shows something great. I want these to go down. If I would like at least one of these to be sort of recognized as something it's a cool idea. Like although they're kind of the same concept, I would like both of them to be like, okay, these are actually kind of fun. These are fun. That's what I want people to remember them. They're fun. This guy is talking from his heart. He's passionate. So it's all good. It's really nice. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video here. So thank you all for watching. I hope you made it to the end here. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and even share if you would like to. And anyway, guys, I'll see you all in the next video, which I don't know what that will be. I actually made a list and sent out a tweet of videos I have planned for this week. So go check out my Twitter, rjepic at rjepic1. But anyway, guys, I'll see you later, and peace out. Make sure to check out my Twitter, like I said, because I link my videos there. So if you don't get YouTube notifications or don't notice I have uploaded a video, add notifications on Twitter with me, and you will see. So anyway, peace out.